So basically, the government under these executive orders, here it is. It says all transportation, highways, railroads, and airlines. You know, the railroads. Basically, the reason that all these derailments are happening is so the government can get in there and take over those forms of transportation.
Right.
It'll be government regulated. You know, eventually they might even merge it with the chip. You know, for security reasons. You know, so you can have super tight security for, you know, they'll claim that's the reason. So we know who everybody is on this plane, on this train, you know, on this boat, on this cruise. You know, oh yeah, they had the cruise crashes too.
Oh,
recently, you know?
Yep,
so,
yep. Past year,
yeah,
or so.
Yep.
There was like a major cruise ship in Italy or something like that.
Yeah,
that capsized and stuff.
A few of them, yeah.
Yeah, kind
So all of that, you know.
Yeah.
You got the missing Malaysian Airlines flight. So all of these things are done so that the cry goes out that let the government take over, let the government control.
The global government, because this is a global thing.
That's right.
That's their whole aim. It's a global world order, man.
Peace. Yeah.
And that's their aim. Now, you finished with that?
Yeah, I'm finished. Right now.
All right, now I got something here. This is a book called Satan's Angels Exposed by Salem Kerbin. And this book goes back to the 80s, man. I believe it was published 1980. Exactly 1980 by Salem Kerbin, man. You know? And he studied back then the goals of the Illuminati back then. Now, a lot of you cats weren't even born, man. You know? A lot of you were probably just born, you know, or a couple of years old, you know, whatever. Now, right here under Satan's Angels Exposed, on page 149, the title of this chapter is Illuminati Aim Creation of World Government, in the subparagraph called The Ultimate Aims, right? It says, by the time a member had reached the grade of Illuminated Minerval, he learned the ultimate aims of the order of the Illuminati, right? Abolition of all ordered government. That's talking about a global government, man. You know, being put in place.
That's right.
All right. Now in Israel, they got a world court, man. They have a world court in Israel. Right. You can look it up, and they got all kind of Masonic symbolisms in that court, man. You know, obelisks and all kind of shit. Number 2, abolition of private property. Who owns Amtrak? Who owns these jetliners? They're private companies, privately owned companies that own these things. Corporations that own it. They're gonna they slowly but surely gonna put everything all in one, man. You know, private property.
E pluribus unum.
E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. Banks, they're gonna merge them into all with just one world bank. You know, people having houses, mortgages for houses and shit, and you know, they're gonna take that away from people. You know, no more people having their own houses and being owners of anything, which technically they're not. They never were owners anyway.
That's right.
Number 3, abolition of inheritances. And if your father has some kind of dough, he can't pass it down to you.
It goes to the state.
It goes to the state. Abolition of patriotism. The Constitution is out the door.
Oh, who's the number one enemy? Who's the number one enemy now? The patriots.
The citizen. Yeah.
The citizen. The patriots. You know, the good old red-blooded American.
The good old
gun owner.
Yeah. The good old boy.
You know, gun owners. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
fighting for their rights. Trying to bring
constitutionalists.
Yeah, trying to bring America back and all this bullshit. Blah 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 blah. Look, man, they have no power. You have no power against this system here,
banking,
man.
Yeah, global banking.
Yeah,
oligarchy.
Yep. Abolition of all religion. They want to bring in one religion. That's the worship of Lucifer or Satan, the devil. That they try to It was Item Weishaupt. No, I'm sorry. It was the Grand Master of the Freemasons here in America.
I forget his name.
Damn, it was on the tip of my mind. Albert Pike.
Albert Pike.
Albert Pike said in the book Morals and Dogma, he said that term "in God we trust" simply breaks down to Satan, Lucifer, the devil.
God they refer to
that the God that they refer to is the devil. You see? Abolition of the family via abolition of marriage. That's why they've been bringing in a lot of homosexualism, gay marriages and stuff to break that family up and that old structure of a man and woman and the children and all. You know, they broke up the family by having the man and the woman fight against each other by all this idealism that the woman has some kind of right, the woman's lib situation, lesbianism. Yep. Children have the right to say what they want and do what they want, and the parents can't do nothing, or
can't beat your children.
Can't beat them. You can't even scream at them, because if they go to the law enforcement, they could get locked up, put in jail.
Yep.
This is where we at. 7. Creation of a world government is the culmination of it all.
That's right.
And the scriptures speak about of all this, man. You know. So.
Yep. So you want to go into the debt vote?
Come.
All right. This is the article I have. It's on Infowars.com. It says analysts says millions upon millions of people are going to die on a worldwide scale when the debt bubble bursts. It can be difficult to understand the repercussions that would follow a collapse of the global economy, stocks, and debt markets. Because that's what's coming, man. You know, what's that in is it Zephaniah? How ye?
Mactesh?
Yeah, Mactesh.
Yeah.
115. Yeah, you can grab that for me? Yeah, because that's scriptural, man. That's what's coming, man. A collapse of this whole, because what the elites of this world, of this the international bankers want to do, but is ultimately is the prophecies and plans of the Heavenly Father that put it in their minds to do, is they want to just disregard this whole system. You know, like we were just going into, they want a one world government, one world religion, one world currency. You know,
that's right.
Which is the chip. The currency is the chip. Mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. So they got to destroy this old system first, right? So that's why we know there's going to be a major stock market crash. You know, a major collapse of the whole global world economy. So you got that correct?
Yes, this is Zephaniah 1 and 11. How ye inhabitants of Mactesh, for all the merchant people are cut down.
Right, all the merchant people are cut down. What are merchant people? Businesses, people that own businesses. You know, whether it's a small business, a medium business, or a large corporation. You know, whether it's a large global corporation. You know, you just had what's some of those major banks that went down. You know.
You had a couple, man.
Yeah.
I mean, since you had that the subprime situation that happened in 07, 08, dealing with the mortgages, the banks were handing out mortgages to people that they knew could not pay on those mortgages. They just knew, and it created a bubble, and it burst, and a lot of people lost homes, and a lot of banks went under. You know, so it created a crisis there, man. But it was by design. You know?
That's right. So read it again, correct?
Zephaniah 1 and 11. How ye inhabitants of Mactesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off.
Yeah, a lot of people lost fortunes, man. What Elder Sakaman just spoke about.
A lot of people started jumping in Wall Street. 2007, 2008, they were jumping out of in Wall Street. They were jumping from the buildings, man. These stockbrokers that lost a lot of money, and they were committing suicide, man.
Yep, lost gold and silver, man.
Yeah, they lost a
They
lot,
lost a lot of money, man.
including their lives, man.
Yeah, and they couldn't take it. They couldn't deal with it. So what? They offed themselves. They jumped out the window.
And pretty much they did it because of guilt, man. Because these people they're in the business of ripping people off, man. So they couldn't fathom they couldn't handle the guilt, you know, that they ripped people off, and then at the end they got ripped off themselves, you know, and they had to kill themselves, man. They couldn't live with themselves, man. You know.
That was it on that.
Yep.
All right, so I got a scripture. You got something else?
I just got this article.
All right,
You
go
had-
ahead.
you had
No,
a
go ahead.
question?
After that, I got a scripture to
Okay.
tie in with this.
So it says, I'll read the title again. Millions upon millions of people are going to die on a worldwide scale when the debt bubble bursts.
Yeah.
It says it can be difficult to understand the repercussions that would follow a collapse of the global economy. See, this is not just talking about the economy of America or London or France. You know, it's talking about a global collapse.
The whole world.
You know, all at once. You know, it says stocks and debt markets. While we know a serious financial event is coming, see, all the traders, all the insiders, they know.
Yeah, it's a bubble.
It's the forecast, just like the weatherman. When you see clouds, you know a storm is coming.
When it comes to stocks, they got something called futures. What it is commodities that are being traded every day, but you know they don't know. There is a forecast on those commodities, so people trade on them. They're known as futures. You know, bets, so to speak. You know, futures. What's gonna happen in the future? You know, the best thing. If you want to be a hunch, or the best thing to do is watch Trading Places, man, by Aaron Russo. All right, Aaron Russo, and he knew about Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd. You know, they bring this out. All right, go ahead.
It says, while we know a serious financial event is coming, you know, you got certain forecasters out there that teach about this, like this guy named Gerald Celente. Yeah, and he's a world trender forecaster of financial markets. You know, so it says. Is coming, determining how it will impact our lives and preparing an appropriate strategic plan to mitigate the fallout can be confusing and stressful and undertaking. You know, so that's basically it. They're trying to, you know, offset that, but you know, you can bring up that scripture.
Yeah, so this is the prophecy on the whole economy, stock trading, and what's going on with the economy here in America at the end, and what's going to go down. This is Ecclesiastes 12th chapter in the 3rd verse. It said, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. It begins with the people in Wall Street, the keepers of the house, these stock traders constantly watching the stocks, what's going up, what's going down. The dollar is fluctuating. You know, they got pork bellies going. You know, Trading Places.
Oh yeah,
pork bellies. They trading on pork bellies. They trading on uranium. They trading on all kinds of shit, man. Because this is America, the great marketplace of trading. Wall Street, being in New York, one of the top trading places of the world, right? And it's gonna come a day where they're gonna tremble because all stocks are gonna fail in one day. These people are going to kill themselves.
It's going to be worse than 29. Was it 29?
1929. October 29, 1929. Yeah. Right. It's going to be worse than that. You know. But this is all by design. But it's all by design. First and foremost by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
It calls men to do things. You know. And it says, in a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. First, it begins with the minor guy, stock trader in Wall Street, all the way to the international financial bankster cartels of the Illuminati. They're gonna tremble too, because they know what's coming. They know the prophecy. You see. And the strong men shall bow themselves. The strong men are those who had money, real money, gold, silver. Who's that? The Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, the Gettys. All right, all these top banking families, man, that whose families for for hundreds of years built their wealth on lending, and that's how they gain control, man, by lending. You know, lending money with usury, with interest, which is unlawful according to the scriptures, right? And the grinders cease because they are few. Because when the stocks start falling, then a lot of companies fall with it. So there's going to be less and less companies that are going to be around for people to have